Brooklyn, 1970s. A chubby 10-year-old boy with a lisp walks home from school. Bigger kids surround him. They rip his glasses off his face, snap them in half. They laugh. He tries to speak, but the lisp makes it worse. More laughter. His name is Michael Gerard Tyson, and in 10 years he'll become the most feared man on the planet. But right now, he's just a scared kid who can't defend himself. How does a bullied child transform into Iron Mike, the youngest heavyweight champion in history? How does someone go from victim to predator? This is that story. Young Mike wasn't always violent. He loved pigeons, had a whole coop of them on a rooftop in Brooklyn. They were his escape, his only friends. One day, a older bully climbed up to the roof, grabbed one of Mike's pigeons and ripped its head off, just to see the kid cry. Something snapped. Mike attacked. For the first time in his life, he fought back, and he discovered something. Violence felt good. It felt like power. From that moment, everything changed. The scared kid disappeared. The angry kid emerged. By age 11, Mike had been arrested 38 times. Robbery, assault, petty crimes. He was heading straight to prison, or worse. Teachers gave up on him. His mother couldn't control him. No one believed he'd amount to anything, except one man. Mike is sent to a juvenile detention center in upstate New York. He's 13, angry, lost. But a counselor notices something. This kid hits hard, harder than anyone his age should. They introduce him to Cus D'Amato. Cus was a legendary boxing trainer. He'd trained Floyd Patterson, the former heavyweight champion. But by 1980, Cus was old, retired, living in a small house in Catskill, New York. When Mike walks into his gym, Cus sees something no one else saw. Not a criminal, not a lost cause. He sees raw, untamed power. Cus tells Mike, "You could be the youngest heavyweight champion in history, but only if you give me everything." Mike doesn't believe him. Why would he? Nobody's ever believed in him before. But Cus keeps talking. "Right now, you're angry. You fight everyone. But I'll teach you to channel that anger, transform it. You won't just fight, you'll destroy." Mike looks at this old white man from a different world and makes a choice that will change everything. He says yes. Cus doesn't just train Mike's body. He rebuilds his mind. Every morning, 5 a.m. run. Then hours of technique. Bob and weave, explosive power, peekaboo defense. Then studying old fight tapes. Jack Dempsey, Roberto Duran, Joe Louis. Cus makes Mike study how legends moved, thought, destroyed. But the real training happens mentally. Cus talks to Mike constantly. "You're not like other fighters. You're a warrior, a king. When you walk into that ring, your opponent is already defeated. They see you and they're scared." He plants a seed in Mike's mind. Invincibility. Mike's mother dies when he's 16. Cus becomes his legal guardian. Mike moves into Cus's house. The old trainer and the troubled kid, an unlikely family. Cus tells Mike at the funeral, "Your mother would want you to be great, so let's make you great." Mike is 17 when he has his first professional fight. 1985, he wins by knockout in the first round. 107 seconds. The commentators say, "Who is this kid?" The opponents start to whisper, "He's different." November 22nd, 1986. Mike Tyson is 20 years old. He's fighting Trevor Berbick for the WBC Heavyweight Championship. Cus D'Amato died a year earlier. He never got to see Mike become champion, but Mike carries him into that ring. Every lesson, every word. Round 2, Mike unleashes, Berbick goes down, gets up, goes down again, gets up, but his legs don't work. He stumbles like a drunk. The referee stops the fight. Mike Tyson, at 20 years and 4 months, becomes the youngest heavyweight champion in history. He doesn't celebrate, he cries, because Cus isn't there to see it. In the locker room after, Mike says, "Cus made me. I was nothing. He made me everything." 1987 to 1990. Mike Tyson doesn't just win fights, he annihilates opponents. 91 seconds, 93 seconds, first round knockouts, over and over. Nobody lasts past the third round. Nobody. HBO starts showing his fights with a warning. Viewer discretion advised. Graphic violence. Opponents are terrified before the bell even rings. They see Mike walk to the ring. No robe, no music, just black shorts and bad intentions. They see his eyes, and they know they're about to get hurt. Michael Spinks, an undefeated champion, faces Mike in 1988. Before the fight, Spinks is shaking, literally trembling. The fight lasts 91 seconds. Spinks never fights again. Mike becomes more than a boxer. He becomes a cultural phenomenon, the baddest man on the planet, untouchable, unstoppable. But here's the dark truth. That angry, broken kid from Brooklyn never really left. He just wore a champion's belt. From bullied child with a pigeon to the most feared heavyweight in history, from 38 arrests to 37 consecutive wins. Mike Tyson's transformation seems impossible, but it happened. The question is, did he escape his past, or did he just learn to weaponize it? In our next video, we'll explore what happened when the beast couldn't be controlled anymore, when the anger that made him champion started destroying him. Because Mike Tyson's rise was incredible, but his fall, even more shocking. Subscribe to follow the journey. This is just the beginning.